in a startling new update. In the upcoming case against Sean Diddy Combs, 50 Cent is anticipated to list all of the celebrities connected to him. He has a ton of documents that could soon be presented to the prosecutors. In New York, Diddy faces serious charges of sex trafficking and racketeering. These filings could change our perception of his well-known parties and business dealings. 50 Cent claims it's time to bring all the details to light. He first brought up these issues on social media, and now he's putting them on display. The list of names includes household names who once attended his white parties, as well as celebrities from the music, film, sports, and fashion industries. They will also be required to answer questions.
Do a lot of foul shit, like behind the scenes, he would do some foul shit, like hating on, like doing things with people I done business with, that he done business with. He would say shit that I like, he said that to you? Right. Like, yeah, so all right. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, niggas don't know what they like till they see somebody with it. So they want the girls after you're done with them and shit.
Leftovers.
Yeah.
Take your leftovers. A lot of leftovers.
The new baby oil.
Shit start looking gray if you ain't got nothing on it.
It's got the new baby oil, bro.
Damn. Say baby oil. Nigga, you ran through 8,000 jars of them in prison, man.
Ashy Larry.
Relax.
I
Still got everybody looking.
No, ain't no party like a Diddy party, so.
Yeah, that's what's up.
That's why I was going to the puffy parties.
And I'm gonna tell you right now, me and Dub C ain't never been to a Diddy party,
Got so many essays. I've been in with Puffy. I know you're not really tapped in, but what?
The last thing I saw was like a guy there. He was like, yo, he like pushed me into the truck. It really hurt me. He sounded like me. I was like, yo, look, I could find other things to do for money. But I'm not sure I can say that for money.
How much is this guy trying to get?
I don't know. Like, it's a simple situation, but it's like
20 mil, I can say it.
You still had the blackest face out.
Yes.
You still had the Midian voice because he's like,
But his
damn.
voice wasn't even that different.
And yeah, a little deeper. I was like, almost like, no, that's you, young buck.
Yo,
Almost felt like it was I almost knew it was. You know what I mean? I was like, nah, that's fucking true.
Yo, you can't say that dudes are having sex with other dudes, bro. I think that might come for you.
One person who was always anti-Diddy and was always speaking about Diddy as a problematic person was 50 Cent. And it turns out that it's just been announced that he's created a docu-series on Netflix. I can't wait to see this. The other end of that, every person who has tried to speak out about this, who has tried to speak out about the industry, the type of people that are controlling the industry, the attacks that people face from the media if they try to speak out, is always the same. They're called crazy. And an example of one such individual who went through those sorts of attacks is the actor Orlando Brown. He was on Disney, and I remember everyone telling us that he was totally insane and deranged when he was saying a lot of things that at the time sounded crazy, particularly about Diddy. Take a listen.
The requirement is you gotta say no to Diddy. If it's new booty in the building, you know he's gonna get it.
Don't take your girlfriend to a Diddy party.
You can take the but he won't you.
Diddy, to me, is the fall guy. You're still seeing a major effort to protect the big names, just like
It seems like I'm doing some extremely outrageous things, but I haven't. It's really me just saying what I've been saying for 10 years. 50 Cent adds, defending his past criticism of Diddy, which he has done on stage and on social media. He continues, aside from that, I'm like, yo, it's just my perspective because I stayed away from those things the entire time because this is not my style. Now it's getting more full-faced in the press with the puff.
To really call out people and kind of have that authority in that, to be able to call people out. I mean, which is it's pretty amazing. You're kind of, in some ways, draining the swamp of Hollywood.
Yeah, I don't have a support system. I don't have a support system of artists that are required to do what I'm doing. I've had to be on my own from the beginning. So I don't necessarily have a responsibility to behave a certain way, according to them. You know, and look, if I didn't have a woman director on it, if I hadn't put the right people in place to produce it properly, I wouldn't understand why they would question it out anyway. But if you go into the 90s, the Keefy D said they paid him to do 5.
Did he do it, right?
Yeah,
This
yeah.
is- I know
He did it.
you've been heavy on
No,
social
he
media
did it.
talking about it.
He did it. And I'm the only one who's been vocal about this long before it actually.
Oh, you've been saying it for a long time now. And then no one was, they're just, why is he saying this? And now it's coming out like crazy.
But I also didn't participate. I also didn't go to the parties.
Yeah.
So a lot of the celebrity culture don't saying anything is because they participated into it.
Was there a reason you never went to those parties back in the day? Obviously, I know what was going on there, but is there a reason you never did?
I'm just not with all that. Like all of the stuff that he's doing, I'm not into that type of stuff. Just a little more, maybe you could say basic or normal.
It's not like he hates him, but sometimes he might do shit that we don't know about.
Well, for him to make the documentary, I think he hates it.
Nah,
Nah?
that's
That's
business.
just business?
You wouldn't be mad. Look,
You gotta really
No,
dislike
look.
someone to do a documentary
look
about
if Jimmy Iovine did the documentary,
Diddy created an empire with Bad Boy Records in addition to Bad Boy entertainment parties. CRK Revolt. TV film deals for vodka, Dion tequila fashion lines. A gesture from Beyoncé or Jay-Z meant immediate credibility, and suddenly those same names could be pulled into these corporate documents. Every endeavor flourished on his star. Network, and every star connected to his universe felt the fallout. Contracts, email chains, and bank statements are examples of 50 Cent filings. You'll see the money's movement and hear rumors about who was compensated and who ignored it.
Entertainment. I named it Bad Boy because I wanted to go against the grain. Anytime you go against the grain, they consider you like kind of bad. Nothing negative, nothing like hardcore. Just, I didn't want to be regular. I didn't want to just make records. I didn't want to just make money. I wanted to make history. That's all it's ever been about for me, making history. And making music that's timeless. Music that's going to be around when I'm not here, when my kids ain't here. Music that is that good. And having artists and videos. Things that, really affect way of life in a positive way. Affect style, fashion, music.
Look at Mary J. Usher's music. Diddy's label produced Blige's 1992 debut, which is a fan favorite. Mary J. Blige and Usher credit a portion of their success to this label. Will they testify under oath, or will their silence speak louder than any statement? Mary J's mysterious Instagram post in March regarding burning bridges as needed raised questions about Diddy. She even lived with Combs in '94. Both have remained largely silent since Combs' arrest on September 16th for racketeering and sexing, and on September 17th, Combs entered a not guilty plea. What will they say under oath? Will any of those mentorship moments become evidence? 50 Cent will request that the court take into account each picture, each handshake, and each mutter.
Michael Rubin's all-white party. The real all-white party was Diddy.
Hey, everybody know ain't no party like a Diddy party, so.
Yeah, that's what's up.
These started in the late 90s and continued on for a very long time. Now I'm going to show you an announcement of him at the party. He says at a certain hour the kids have to go home. But before I do that, take a look at all of these celebrities who attended these parties. I'm not saying the people who attended these parties are guilty of anything. I just want you to know how highly these parties were regarded. We are talking the highest names in every industry. What happens at these parties, I have no idea. You may have seen the clip of Keeping Up with the Kardashians where they talk about it a little bit, which is absolutely wild, but generally no phones were allowed, so good luck finding clips of the parties. But watch this clip.
The legendary white parties, the real white party. And to all the kids have like an hour left. So get extra comfortable, kids.
So all the leaked footage of Diddy parties right now is going viral, and here's one clip. I mean, there's nothing wrong with this, right? Nothing crazy is happening. But why would they have anything crazy happening with cameras everywhere, right? Like, they're smarter than that, but there you guys go. More footage is going viral.
Jay-Z comes next. Beyoncé, Kanye West, Andy Z. No, sir, it had the opposite effect. It made me want to expose you for the fraud you are in a very public fashion. Jay-Z wrote in a demand letter after the VMAs when he was accused of being 13 years old alongside Combs. When 50 Cent calls him to testify, will the star's denial hold up? Will Beyoncé and Drake step into the box too? These moments could define the verdict. Mariah Carey and Drake celebrated Diddy's 50th birthday in 2019. Jay-Z even sat for that Vanity Fair portrait with Combs. Jay-Z is currently facing his own civil suit.
I met Puff, I was afraid of success, afraid to do anything that could put so much attention on me. And then when I met him, he was the complete opposite. And he was such a good thing for me because I needed what he had. And so his ambition pushed me to be ambitious because I didn't know how, because, you know, you come from where I come from, you're scared to be ambitious. You're scared to want more. And so when I met Puff, I was, you know, blown away. But it took some years to grow into that and accepting someone that just was so excited about being seen and about having, you know, the lights on them and wanted it for you more than you wanted it for yourself. So, I mean, Puff was a huge inspiration to me.
I want you guys to know, man, it was a terrible thing when we found out that Mary J. Blige's tape came out. You not remember a time, man, when she was with KC from Jodeci, and they were, you know, on drugs, and KC used to put them hands on Mary J. Blige. So back in the day when her free tape came out, Mary J. Blige even said herself, this was her rite of passage. Guys, I'm born and raised in Las Vegas, and I remember the day, man, she had a concert out here in Las Vegas, and she was so high, she was like, hey, how you doing tonight, Los Angeles? But we was in Las Vegas. But Mary J., as you remember, man, she wasn't the finest thing when she got on the scene. Mouth kind of twisted off to the side. She wasn't the best looking thing. You know, they found her singing karaoke, some Anita Baker karaoke in the mall, and they dusted her up, polished her up, and Angie Stone started writing for her, and she became who she was. But she definitely was a part of these parties, and she has no regrets.
Y'all remember the second album, but Usher does have a first album that's a classic that you know I executive produced. But most importantly, that's how he became my brother. And to see the way you grow, you have grown, and to see you get better with your craft, and to see the man that you turned into and the consciousness that you have. I know you've been speaking to Harry Belafonte. You hooked me up with speaking to Harry Belafonte. So your consciousness, you know what I'm saying, has really been a shining example. And the way you just spoken and articulated yourself. Imagine me having guardianship for you at 13, and then now you speaking the way that you speaking. You know what I'm saying? It's like you know, I'm so proud of you. Oh, don't hit me no more. Kick in the door, waving the 4-4. All you heard was Papa, don't hit me no more. Let's go. Kick in the door, waving the 4-4. Hey.
Supermodels and socialites also occupied those spaces. Paris Hilton performed at several white party dances. A young Nicole Richie and, at Saint-Tropez, Kim Kardashian joined her on a bed. Russell Brand claims that Combs once dragged him on a vacation he didn't want. And he told Howard Stern, say you don't want to do something and Diddy does want you to do it. It's really hard to not do that thing. Naomi Campbell attended the Met Gala and subsequently partied with Diddy off stage. Imagine those tales being told in court. Will Paris acknowledge that she witnessed more than champagne showers? Will Kim admit that she ever felt uneasy? Their responses might surprise even the
Sean, Daddy, Brother, Puff, Love, Diddy, Combs, or whatever the hell his name is now. We stopped trying to keep track. Celebrating his big 5-0 with some Elaine from Seinfeld moves at a gigantic party at his house, and everybody was there.
The biggest names that were there, Kim and Kanye, Jay-Z and Beyonce.
Is that the order that you want to do that in?
Seriously, you forgot Dougie Fresh, who was also there. He should come first.
The biggest part of the whole night was the fact that Jay-Z and Kanye actually shook hands. They squashed their beef, or at least for that night. Diddy's smiling like, look, I made this happen.
Oh yeah, it was all you, Diddy. Maybe a little help from all the CBD products and Ciroc alcohol that was floating around, but otherwise, all you.
Who else was there?
Who wasn't? Well, maybe not Steve Harvey, because Diddy was banging his daughter. But how about Cardi B and Offset, Kevin Hart, Kobe Bryant, and Post Malone?
I'ma take it back to the red zone. To the red zone. They need to understand. Everyone's got to make it. Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're happy to be alive in here tonight, make some noise. If you're happy to be alive, yo, let me clear my throat.
Montana! Yes, sir!
All right, check.
Go!
Legendary rapper Jay-Z is denying an allegation that he and Sean Diddy Combs raped a 13-year-old girl.
Yeah, an anonymous accuser identified only as Jane Doe made the accusation in a civil lawsuit on Sunday. It alleges that the assault happened after she was driven to an MTV Video Music Awards afterparty back in 2000. In a statement to NBC News, Jay-Z, whose real name is Sean Carter, called the accusation idiotic, adding, quote, "These allegations are so heinous in nature that I implore you to file a criminal complaint, not a civil one. Whomever should commit such a crime against a minor should be locked away. Would you not agree?" Attorneys representing Combs also dismissed the lawsuit, calling it a shameless publicity stunt. Combs is currently behind bars at Brooklyn's Metropolitan Detention Center after federal prosecutors charged him in September with racketeering and